There being none, Senator Vilanueva is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is my honor and privilege to sponsor Senate Bill number 1363 under Committee Report number 44, or an act institutionalizing telecommuting in the workplace and for other purposes. Mr. President, telecommuting is a flexible work arrangement. It deviates from the normal setup of work, which are usually within the confines of office cubicles or central workstations. It is working from anywhere other than a company's office or workplace, or more popularly known as working remotely or working from home. Because telecommuting is triggered by internet-based communication system and mobile-oriented mindset, it makes commuting or traveling to a central place of work irrelevant or unnecessary. Nagtanong po ako, Mr. President, sa mga college students at fresh grads kung ano ang ideal work schedule sa kanila. Hindi na po ako nasurpresa na karamihan sa kanila ayaw sa 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. jobs. Para sa mga kabataan o millennials, ang ideal work schedule ay any time of the day and at the most convenient time and place. In short, work from home at online jobs ang ideal na trabaho ngayon. Under Section 3 of the proposed bill, telecommuting is defined as the partial or total substitution of computers or telecommunication technologies, or both, for the commute to work by employees. Ito po ang mga trabahong nakabase sa bahay o mga trabahong ginagawa sa ibang lugar maliban sa opisina o karaniwang lugar ng trabaho ng isang manggagawa sa tulong ng internet o mobile services. Mr. President, your Committee on Labor seeks to institutionalize telecommuting because we believe that working from home is every worker's right. It is relevant to the needs of millennials or the new workforce. It is sensitive to the changing needs of employers. Tama yung mga kabataang nakausap ko. Bakit pa kailangan mag-report on duty kung pwede namang mag-login na lang sa computer? Sa halip na mag-DTR o daily time record o biometrics para sa attendance, pwede namang tingnan na lang kung online o naka-access sa virtual private network ng kumpanya ang empleyado. Ang mahalaga po, ma-deliver ang inaasahang output na trabaho. Senate Bill number 1363 or the Telecommuting Act of 2017 will allow our workers to work from home, subject to the approval of their employers and enhance their ability to get their jobs done. Mr. President, gusto ko pong ipakita sa inyo ang ilan sa mga telecommuters na nakilala at nakausap natin para lubos nating maintindihan ang telecommuting. Una po ay si Lisa na taga Baguio City. May full-time work pero hindi naman siya umaalis ng bahay nila sa Baguio City. Ang opisina niya ay ang sala ng kanilang bahay. Gamit po ang isang computer at internet connection na sagot ng kanilang kumpanya, nagagawa po niya ang lahat ng kanyang work responsibilities. Dahil ang trabaho niya ay nakabase sa bahay, hands-on si Lisa sa kanyang 3 anak. Sabi nga po niya, literal na stress-free ang kanyang nakuhang trabaho. Para sa kanya, na-achieve niya ang work-life balance dahil sa telecommuting. Lisa shared that her company is using computer application and a camera that help her manager monitors her work at home. This is to ensure that she is productive, accountable, and in touch. To be an effective telecommuter, Lisa said that expertise on ICT and certain personality traits are required. Ikalawa po ay si Ariel, isang licensed electronics and communications engineer at Next Generation Delivery Model Center Process Coach sa isang multinational information technology company dito po sa Taguig City. Di tulad ni Lisa, telecommuter o work from home si Ariel isang araw lang kada linggo. May mutual agreement po sa pagitan niya at ng kanyang company manager para ma-avail ang telecommuting. Sagot ni Ariel ang gastos sa internet at computer dahil hindi naman siya regular telecommuter. Pero di na bale, sabi niya, dahil iyon naman ang pinakamagaang araw niya sa isang buong linggo dahil hindi niya kailangan magbiyahe ng 4 na oras papunta sa kanyang opisina sa Taguig at pabalik sa kanyang apartment mula sa Muñoz sa Quezon City. Para po kay Ariel, iwas sa malubhang traffic at tipid sa pamasahe ang telecommuting, lalo na at wala siyang ibang dinadaanang papasok sa kanyang trabaho kundi ang EDSA. Ariel's job includes training and coaching the new availability assurance team members in the global and regional centers to be able to use the tools and apply different methodologies like Six Sigma and outage analysis methodology, change management techniques, among others. Ikatlo po ay si Doreen, na empleyado naman ng isang multinational manufacturer ng family, personal, and household care products. Siya po ang humahawak ng payroll ng mga expat sa kanilang kumpanya sa BGC. Dahil regular employee siya ng kanilang kumpanya, entitled po siya sa 1 hanggang 2 araw na telecommuting kada linggo. Tulad ni Ariel, pre-aligned ito sa kanyang manager, pero malinaw ang patakaran sa telecommuting dahil may written policy po sila. Ang maganda po, basta regular employee, pwedeng mag-avail ng telecommuting. Sabi ni Doreen, nagagawa po niyang magbakasyon at magtrabaho at the same time dahil sa telecommuting. Sabi niya, long weekend siya palagi kapag natatapat sa Webes at Biyernes ang work from home niya. Dahil dito, mas productive at higit sa lahat, sabi niya, mas masaya po siya sa kanyang trabaho. Doreen shared with us the telecommuting entitles her to a monthly work from home allowance equivalent to the monthly internet package that she has at home. More so, she received a one-time working from home allowance for home office setup that includes air conditioning unit, desks, chairs, among others. Panghuli po at ikaapat ay si Dan. Isa po sa mga human resource people advisor ng isang IT company dito po sa Cubao, Quezon City. Sa kumpanya po niya, diskresyon ng employer kung magbibigay ng telecommuting privilege sa mga empleyado. Bagamat walang written policy on telecommuting sa kanilang kumpanya, sabi po niya, ang rule of thumb ay basta't walang face-to-face meetings, pwedeng mag-telecommute. Parang kay Dan, pang-millennial ang telecommuting, pero madali din daw itong pag-aralan dahil kahit sinong empleyado na marunong gumamit ng VPN o Virtual Private Network. VPN allows telecommuters to connect to the company network from home or anywhere else. As a people advisor in their company, Dan believes that the more freedom employees has and increased flexibility in the workplace, the longer they stay in the company. On the other hand, telecommuting benefits the company by having to spend less in on-site resources. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, Lisa, Ariel, Doreen, and Dan clearly illustrate how telecommuting addresses family obligations, reduces expenses and commute or travel time, improves productivity, and sustains employee motivation. Is telecommuting a new practice in business? Not at all, Mr. President. In a report of the International Labor Organization, telecommuting started in the 80s. Now, telecommuting is a global practice which is observed in the Asia-Pacific region, Americas, Europe, and parts of the Middle East, especially in components of work-like communication and architecture. Unfortunately, Mr. President, very few companies have adopted telecommuting in the Philippines. Liza, Ariel, Doreen, and Dan are privileged and blessed for having to telecommute. But with the advancement in technology, Mr. President, I am sure that many employers will follow suit. In 2014, the U.S. software company VMware Incorporated conducted a study involving corporations with more than 500 employees in the Philippines. They found out that 70% of the respondents who work on the go claimed that they were more productive and more creative. Also, Mr. President, 93% said that they use their smartphones for work, while 73% said that working from home is an ideal work. This may be the reason why, according to ECOP, Mr. President, there is a growing acceptance of telecommuting in many workplaces such as Meralco, SGS, Metro Pacific Investments Corp., and Aboitiz Equity Ventures. In 2016, Mr. President, DOLE also reported that there are 261 companies with employees who are under voluntary flexible arrangements. Mr. President, the committee, your committee, look into the best practices in telecommuting to ensure that more employers will adopt telecommuting in the workplace. First, Mr. President, telecommuting is employer's prerogative. It will be the discretion of the employer to offer telecommuting program to its workers based on a mutual agreement. That's in Section 3 of the bill. Second, telecommuting is voluntary. We considered several factors why companies opt to telecommute, but we cannot make this mandatory because enterprises are differently situated. However, the bill guarantees that any telecommuting program should not be less than the minimum labor standards set by law as provided in Section 4 of the proposed measure. Third, Mr. President, telecommuting treats employees fairly. The committee would like to emphasize that employers should ensure that its telecommuting employees are given the same treatment as that of comparable employees working at the employer's premises. Fourth, telecommuters are not isolated. Employers must ensure that measures are taken to prevent the telecommuting employee from being isolated from the rest of the working community in the company. Fifth and finally, Mr. President, telecommuters are protected. The employer will be responsible for taking the appropriate measures with regard to software to ensure the protection of data used and processed by the telecommuting employee for professional purposes. The committee included for this purpose the provisions of the Data Privacy Act of 2013 to have suppletory effect, and that is found in Section 6 of the proposed measure. Mr. President, hinihikayat din po ng panukalang batas na ito ang Department of Labor and Employment na tuloy-tuloy na pag-aralan kung anong mga trabaho ang angkop sa telecommuting at humanap ng mga pamamaraan upang mapalakas ang telecommuting sa iba't ibang industriya. Sa pag-aaral po ng DOLE noong 2014, ang mga trabahong swak na swak sa telecommuting ay encoders at transcriptionists, web developers, programmers, at customer service assistants. Ngunit, Mr. President, base sa mga kwento na ating narinig, ni Lisa, Ariel, Doreen at Dan, pasok din pala maging mga engineers, HR managers, at people advisor. Mr. President, we submit Senate Bill 1363 under Committee Report number 44 so that telecommuting employees will not be subject to arbitrary policy changes, which may happen if telecommuting is governed by simply a department order. The committee subscribes to the belief that a more stable and consistent legal framework will provide an enabling environment that will encourage participation and impose compliance among enterprises. Marami pong pag-aaral, Mr. President, ang nagsasabi kung mas maluwag ang schedule o mas maraming panahon para sa kanilang pamilya o sa personal nilang buhay ang mga manggagawa, mas magiging produktibo sila. Kung hindi sila susuong sa napakabigat na traffic araw-araw o mabubutas ang bulsa sa pamasahe, mas ngingitian nila ang mga trabaho nila. Mr. President, our workers have the right to a work-life balance. They have the right to flexible work arrangement. They have the right to be allowed to work from home. Ipasa po natin ang Senate Bill number 1363 para sa kapakanan ng mga manggagawang bumubuhay sa ekonomiya ng bansa habang nagtatrabaho sa loob ng kanilang mga tahanan o saan mang lugar, malayo sa kumpanyang kanilang pinagtatrabahuhan. Thank you so much, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. Mabuhay po, and God bless us all.
What's the pleasure of Senator Poe?
If they are going
Majority Leader?
to co-sponsor, Mr. President, I will ask that they be recognized. Otherwise, I will suspend consideration, Mr. President.
What's the pleasure of
Co-sponsorship? Support, support, Mr. President.
So, Senator Poe
The
is...
minority leader will have a headache. May we recognize Senator Hontiveros and
Senator Poe raised her
Senator
hand
Poe,
first.
and then Senator Hontiveros.
Yes, okay. Senator Poe is recognized.